Hi everyone, today I'm here to talk about Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil by John Berendt. This is a book about how John Berendt moved to Savannah, Georgia and got to know a bunch of really cool and sometimes crazy but really fun people, and it's also all centered around a murder trial taking place in the town. So I guess the lead up to the murder, the actual murder, and the trial and aftermath of that all together in this one book. But really it's just about him living in Savannah with that framework of the trial and the murder overall. I loved it, guys. Even from the first chapter, I was already falling in love with Savannah, Georgia. If it wasn't so bloody hot everywhere in the world right now, I would totally go right now to like Savannah, Georgia. I would just request a week off from work, fly down there. If I could in November, if I didn't have school, I would totally go then because I heard that's a good time to visit. Like, I just totally fell in love with Savannah. I fell in love with all the characters. It was super well written. Like, I just ate it up. I've never read a book that's made me want to travel to a place more than Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. Just because everything he described, I was like, oh, that sounds really cool. Click, 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 click. Is that real? Yes, everything's real. This is a nonfiction book. By the way, it is a nonfiction book. Oh my gosh, that's really cool. Oh, I'm going to write that down. Oh, this place. Oh, this place. Like, everything. Just amazing. Highly suggest. I don't really know what else to say about it without giving away a bunch of the stuff that happens. But by the time I finished it, I wasn't ready for the book to finish because I felt like I was saying goodbye to all these people that I had learned to love and goodbye to this place that I have never been to, guys. I have flown through Atlanta, Georgia once, and that is literally the only time I've ever been to Georgia. It doesn't really count. I mean, I stopped over for a night and stayed with a friend, which was really nice, but still, like, doesn't count. I've never even been to Georgia. Definitely never been to Savannah. So want to go right now. I don't know what else to say. Beautifully written, fun characters, intriguing the whole way through. Just like, bravo, John Berendt. I freaking loved it. I'm really jealous. I mean, this has happened in the 80s, so I'm sure things were a lot cheaper back then, but he just got to like move from New York down to Savannah and stay there for years and rent a little apartment there, and he had the money for this, and I was like, that could never happen in my life, okay? Like, especially today with this economy where I work full-time and can barely even pay all my bills. Like, what the heck? Jealous. But so good. That's all I have to say. Like I said, this is going to be a really short review because it was just really great. Writing great, descriptions great, characters great. And once again, this is nonfiction, so... But just his descriptions, it just made it seem like a place that's not necessarily frozen in time, but they just don't want to have all this huge development and everything there. And so it is kind of a place, I feel like it gives that quaint town vibes, even though, you know, I feel like this book shows really well that like the quaint town vibes thing is just kind of like a lie, because there's always stuff happening, right? There's always drama between family members or between different families or different people living in town. There's no just like completely innocent place on earth. So it was really good. Check out Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil by John Berendt. And because this made me just want to travel so much, my question is, what is one of the favorite places, couldn't get that out for some reason, that you have ever been to? Which is really hard for me. I really like to travel and I love to go around, but I think my top pick, this is really hard, guys. I'm going to say New Zealand. I was just at such a happy place in my life. It was before COVID, which might explain why I was so happy and innocent at that point in time. But I just absolutely loved it. I got a car, I drove around, I had so much fun. I felt like my soul came back to life while I was in New Zealand. And then immediately got crushed by COVID because that happened, like that whole thing started when I was there. So I had to leave a week early. But whatever. Those few weeks when I was in New Zealand, just traveling around, doing whatever I wanted, hiking in nature was really good for me. So I'm going to say New Zealand. Thank you so much for listening. Please like, comment, subscribe. What is your favorite place you've ever been to? Share if you know people who like books, and definitely check out Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil by John Berendt. Highly suggest. Thank you so much for listening, and you all have a great day.